about one of my favorite methods for studying and taking notes, which is mind mapping. And if you don't know what mind map is, it is representing a information visually. So that's what the mind map means. And this video is actually divided into 3 sections. The first is things to do before starting to make mind map. The second section is actually making the mind map. And the third and the most important section is things to keep in mind while making the mind map. So do not miss the third part. And now, without further ado, let's get started. So we will start with grabbing our supplies. First is notebook or page, a pen, a pencil, a highlighter, and that's it for the supplies. So before actually making the mind map, we will read the paragraph or the topic we have chosen to make the mind map on. So yep, let's go and make it. So here I started the making of mind map with writing the title and then the subtitle. So my title was animal types and the subtitle was desert animals. And then I wrote again the sub things of the desert animals, and after that was completed, I wrote example, and also I did the same with all of other things like snowy region animals and aerial animals. And after that I made a cloud for main title and squares or rectangles for subtitles, and I don't know which shape I made for other things or the points, I don't know what it is called. Then I highlighted it and also drew arrows to type. So you can use color pens and pencils if you want, and just try to make it more cooler than this. So actually I was out of color pens, so let me just show you an example that I made in 5th standard. So don't mind my handwriting. So that's the mind map. This is the mind map, and actually for the desert animals I have used the cactus and some things. So I was a little creative making that. I used the cactus and just colored them. So that's like that. So that's one example, and you should be creative here. And this is the third section. So the first thing I want to tell you, and you should keep in mind when making the mind map, which is do not copy and paste. So I always say in my study videos that do not copy and paste while taking notes, and the same thing applies here. When you copy and paste, you are just doing the work as a Xerox machine does. You are not actually taking the information, you are just copying and pasting it. So that's the tip number 1. So the next tip is only write the key information. So actually I had the sentences in the book like the animals in desert have thick skin, they also have long legs. But if I wrote them, the sentences, this will be messy and our brain will not take the information that quickly because there will be the full sentences. But when I have just wrote that the thick skin and the long legs, so from the sentence our paragraph, you have to find the key information. What is the key information about that certain thing? So that's tip number 2. So the next is make the title stand out. So as you can see, I've used highlighters here. Like this is the title, so I've used the highlighter for the title, like Snowy Region Animals. So that is the subtitle, and the animals and the type, that's the main title. So make the title stand out. The next step is use colors. So actually, as I told you, I was out of colors. So you should use the colors like color pens for the key information for titles. So you can use various colors, but also do not overdo it. So now let's get to the next tip. This is the most important kind of a tip, which is do not jam pack the page. So I've tried to keep the page simple as I can. The more the page is jam-packed, the more your brain will take time to memorize it. Because, just take an example, there is a messy room and you have to find something. The messier the room, the time it will take to find the thing. This thing also applies here. The messier you are, or the more information is here in the page, the more time will your brain take to remember it and just find the thing you want. So do not jam pack the page. And the last tip is be creative. So this is the kind of a fun thing, that be creative while you make the mind map. So apply your own style. If you like to make your mind map aesthetic, make your mind map aesthetic. So that's up to you. You can use shapes, drawings, whatever you like, just make it in your own style. Because always we write and we remember the things which are our own. Make and be creative. So yep. And this was all for this video, and I hope you found it helpful. And if you make a mind map, then be sure to tell me in the comments below. And also, if you have any new tips and tricks, also comment that, because others will also find that helpful. And this was it for the video. I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.